Why are American racists so opposed to socialism? Could it be that one of the main goals of socialism is economic equality? But what exactly is socialism? There is no one definition. A perfect analogy would be, what is Christianity? The Baptist, Methodist, and Roman Catholic churches would all have different definitions. The same is true for different versions of socialism. For the most part, though, they're all generally opposed by racists. For example, Bernie Sanders promotes Medicare for all, but many middle-class Republicans don't want blacks and Latinos getting free medical care off of their tax dollars. The rich and the business elite coach the politicians in their pockets to preach this gospel to the people. You often hear socialism doesn't work. The problem with this blanket statement is they ignore the countries where it does work. All we have to do is look at Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Finland, to name a few. These countries utilize a socialist model, have a high standard of living, and constantly rank high on the UN's happiness index. How do they do it? Well, here are 5 of their policies that they implement. 1. Free quality education. In America, a high quality education is expensive and out of reach for many. People with money can send their children to expensive private schools or live in exclusive areas with well-funded public schools. Even less prestigious universities are so expensive that most students have to take loans to attend. 2. Quality medical care. It's been documented since at least 1972 that African Americans don't get the same medical care as whites. Today, economic inequality is the main reason. There are many doctors in America who do not accept Medicaid, and many poor Americans use Medicaid as their primary insurance. If you're on Medicaid, you're not going to be sitting in the same doctor's office with Bill Gates. But in socialist countries, everyone has equal access to the doctors. 3. Strong unions. In socialist countries, the unions, employers, and the government work together. In America, unions are getting weaker and weaker every year. Recently, Amazon employees in Alabama actually voted to not unionize. It's well documented that union members are paid more and have better benefits. So why would these workers vote against it? Were they tricked by management? 4. A strong social safety net and pensions. In the aforementioned countries, everyone gets enough to live on. In the United States, on the other hand, many struggle just to put food on the table. When you're nearing retirement age, the Social Security Administration sends out a letter. The letter tells you you aren't expected to live off of your retirement benefits alone. In other words, they're telling you your Social Security check will not be enough. This means many seniors have to work until they're damn near dead. 5. Affordable housing. The real estate industry determined the public housing policy in the United States. They made sure public housing was for low-income residents only. This way they could still make profits by overcharging the middle class. But if you look at Vienna, Austria, their public housing also includes the middle class, and rents are limited to 25% of your household income. But in New York City, public housing charges 33 1/3% of your income. So not only is Vienna's public housing more affordable, it's better maintained and more desirable. In America, profits take precedence. In this country, corporate interests have convinced us through propaganda that our system is the best. They always fail to mention successful socialist systems. And even when socialist ideas are implemented, racism plays a big part. When Social Security, unemployment insurance, and minimum wage laws first went into effect, most African Americans were not eligible. At the time, most of them were doing farm labor or domestic work. These type of jobs were not included. American socialists conceived Social Security, unemployment insurance, minimum wage, and child labor laws. They also helped strengthen unions But to get others behind these innovations, they had to exclude as many blacks as possible. If America was an all-white country, Medicare for all wouldn't even be a debate. The United States is the only industrialized nation without universal health care. Is this a legacy of slavery? Remember, the main goal of socialism is social and economic equality. Take a good look at those who oppose that. Are they the ones who would keep their boot on your neck? Don't be blindsided. Look at the issues from all sides. Then and only then can you make an informed decision about the system. That way you can clearly see what's wrong with it. Don't forget to subscribe.